YouTube. Out here wheeling on a stick. This is Yopon, and the woods around my house is just full of it. So you do a little research on Yopon. It is a very, very good bush. I believe, and I'm not positive about this, but I think it's in the ironwood family, but I'm not positive. It has a very dense wood. Once it dries, it is very, very dense. It also has the leaves, has some caffeine in it. So if you ever have a caffeine headache and no coffee, then you could possibly make some tea out of that leaf and get a little caffeine. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the same jolt as a cup of coffee does, but hey, you never know. I guess at some point you'll take anything. But I've been thinking about the issue on gun control, and I just wanted to put my 2 cents out there on gun control. And really, gun control has been in place since the 1900s, since there was a time that we could have the same weapons that our military had. And when that day came, well, we couldn't purchase the same grade of weapons as our military, then that's when gun control started. So we've been in gun control for a long time. And there's different thoughts on if it's a good thing or if it's a bad thing or whatever. The Freedom Papers, if you read the Freedom Papers, which is basically the notes from our founding fathers as they were ratifying the Constitution and going through the different articles as to why different articles was written the way they were and how they were debated and everything. The Second Amendment is the right to bear arms as a militia. It has nothing to do with hunting. Hunting never crossed their mind. It was a way of life. It was something that you did to clothe and feed your family. So that never was considered. The right to bear arms was to protect your family against a tyrannical government, because they were just ending or trying to end a tyrannical government of what they considered a tyrannical government from England. And so they wanted the citizenry to be prepared in case they had to take the government back. They wanted the citizenry to have the same weapons to defend as also to protect, and also to ensure that their government did not become overbearing. Now, in this day and age, some people say that it's not needed. Well, I think it's needed more than ever. If somebody says that it's not needed to protect yourself from a government, that's when you need it. Because, in my opinion, that's the first sign of a government trying to be tyrannical. But anyway, now if you look at it realistically, should we all be able to buy the same weapons as our military? Now, some would look at it and say yes. I mean, the hardcore libertarians would look at it and say, yes, we should be able to buy anything that our military has. That includes fully automatic weapons, bazookas, tanks, rocket launchers, all of that. Now, I think that we need to look at this with a grain of salt. But if we can't purchase the same grade of weapons that our military has, then we can no longer fulfill what the Second Amendment was intended for, to protect ourselves against a tyrannical government. Because if the government did want to come in and take our weapons, they have better weapons than we got. So how are you going to sit on on your front porch with a deer rifle and say, come and get it. Because they'll bring tanks. They'll bring fully automatic weapons. I said, well, I have an AR-15. Well, yeah, but how's that going to stand up to a fully armored vehicle? So, I mean, it's a very, very disturbing subject. And folks, to be honest, in my opinion, they're going toward full gun confiscation as fast as they can. And I'm afraid that we don't have any way to stop it unless we can stand up in a peaceful way and take back our leadership. And some of the other agencies out there is trying to do that, and I applaud them for trying that. Because that's the only way that we're going to be able to put a stop to this, is to do it at the voting booth, at the ballot box. And some would even say that in some places that's not even realistic and logical to do that. So I don't know what it's going to come down to. I don't like the way it's headed, but these are the times that we live in, and I don't know what else we can do. Because, like I say, if they wanted to, if it came down to it, they would come in and take them. Say, well, our Constitution don't allow that. Well, there's a lot of things that our Constitution don't allow that they're getting away with right now. So, I think the Constitution is only as good as the men that stand behind it. And once we allow somebody to take power that has no respect for our Constitution, then our Constitution means nothing. Our rule of law means nothing. Our law is only as good as the men that stand behind it. So those are my thoughts on the subject, and you can take it for what it's worth. I think that on the gun control, we lost the battle a long time ago, back before World War II, when it was decided that we couldn't have the same weapons that our military had. Then it just went downhill from there. So just a little Whittle talk. And I hope it gets everybody to thinking that about this subject, because I know it's a touchy subject, and somebody is going to, there's good points to both sides of the street on this one, and I think that with it all said and done, I would rather have the guns and put up with a little bit of violence here and there and be able to protect my family than be at the mercy of criminals and a government that's out of control. Than to be under the illusion of being safe once my weapons have been confiscated. That's my thoughts. So, get out there. Go whittle on a stick. I like this little knife. You remember this? I changed the profile on it. It had a little, looked like a spade blade. So I changed the point on it to make it like a modified drop point. I really like it. So, until the next one, you guys get out there, whittle on a stick. do take plenty of Band-Aids and lots of knives. Catch you on the next one.